BF Day proudly presents Mr. M's Math Class.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Mr. M's Math Class. I can't believe that it's been 5 episodes already. Thank you so much for sending me those pictures of you guys playing those board games. It was fantastic. And also your paragraphs with your math practices exploration. It was really cool to see the different games that you guys played. So thank you so much for sending those in. I'm going to go over the agenda really quickly, and then you'll know what we're doing today. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at those pictures of you looking either at episode 4 or playing the board games. 2, there is a new estimation 180 today that was provided by Theo. So thank you, Theo, for giving us that question today. 3, we're going to go back and look at the line plot that we created in episode 4. And we're going to talk about mean, median, and mode today. 4, I'm going to introduce a new math exploration that will be due on Friday. 5, I'm going to introduce a new coloring sheet. I'm going to give you a reminder to turn in the quarantine challenge question, and then I'm going to introduce a new quarantine challenge question that's due next week. And then finally, we'll have our goodbye message and the answer to Theo's estimation 180. First off, here are the pictures of you looking at episode 4 and playing the board games. I hope you enjoy them. All right, thank you for those pictures. It's really, really great to see all of your work and seeing you guys with your families and your siblings playing these games. So thank you so much for sending those in. Next up, we have our estimation 180 question by Theo. And this question is, how many fruit are in the bowl? Alright guys, so we are going to look at the data from episode 4 again, and specifically look at our line plot here. And this is the data that we had from exploration 3 that we talked about in exploration 4 with our pairs of shoes. And I'm going to quickly review maximum, minimum, and range. And so maximum in our line plot is the biggest data point. And so the biggest one is 63. And the minimum is the minimum number of pairs of shoes. And so the lowest number of pairs of shoes that somebody had was 4. And so that is our minimum. And then to find the range, all you have to do is subtract the maximum and the minimum. And so 63 minus 4 is 59. And so our range is 59. So that means that there are 59 numbers within our range of 63 and 4. All right, so next up, I want to talk about a new term called mode. And mode is actually rather simple. It just means which data point comes up the most. And it's pretty clear with our line plot that both 9 and 10 have the most X's on top. So those are the two numbers of pairs of shoes that we had the most of. And so because there's a tie, both 9 and 10 are the mode. All right, so the next term I want to talk about is median. And median is what is the middle number. Now, it's a little bit more complicated than that. You have to actually organize your data points from smallest to largest and include all the number of times it appears. And so if 5 appears twice, you have to have it put it twice. So I'm actually going to use the line plot to figure out what the middle number is by crossing out numbers from the smallest to the largest and then going across all the way till I get to the middle number. So I'm going to do that here. 4, 3. I start at the bottom of the x's. That way I can keep track of which ones I've actually crossed off. So I keep doing that. And you can see here that 9 is the middle number between our data points. And so the median is 9. All right, so the last term that I'm going to introduce to you is called mean, and this is just another word for average. And you're trying to find out what the average number of pairs of shoes or the average number of data points that you have, the average number that you have in your data points. And so if somebody were to ask you, well, what's the average of number of pairs of shoes that is in your data, this is how you would do it. So the first thing you have to do is find the total number of pairs of shoes that you had, and then divide that by the number of participants or by the number of data points that you have. Now, we did that in the last episode, so we actually ended up with 362 and a half pairs of shoes, but I'm going to round that up to 363 for today's exploration. So I have 363 pairs of shoes divided by the number of participants or the number of data points that I had, which was, in this case, so I'm going to divide 363 divided by 33. And so how I do that is I'm going to do that with the partial quotient over here on the side. And so here I have 33. I'm thinking how many times 33 will go into 363. And one of the things I like to tell you is to start off with 10 because that's an easy number to multiply. All I have to do is put a 0 at the end to make it 10 times bigger. And so 33 times 10 is 330. I subtract that from 363, which conveniently is 33. And 33 fits into 33 one time. And so our number of, our average or our mean for this set of data points is 11. And in the next exploration, you're going to get a chance to do this a little bit, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay, so for math exploration number 5, what you'll be asked to do is to create your own line plot. So everything that I just went over, you're going to get a chance to do on your own. So I'm going to read the instructions really quickly. Your task for this exploration is to create a line plot using the number of letters in everyone's name. And what I did here is actually everybody's name in Mini Middle School is here. And your job will be to count how many letters each student has and then create a line plot based on those numbers of letters. So if you'll count out how many students have 4 letters, how many students have 5 letters, and create a line plot in that way. Remember, a line plot should have a good title that describes what the line plot is about, a subtitle that describes what the numbers in your line plot mean. When you're done creating your line plot, you're going to answer the following questions. What is the maximum and minimum of your data points? What's the range of your data points? What is the mode of your data points? What is the median of your data points? And then what is the mean of your data points? Again, make sure to send your work to me or through Schoology. So that's a new thing that we're gonna start doing today. So you can either email it to me or go on Schoology and then turn it into me in that way. And then this one is due this Friday, April 3rd at noon. Again, that's this Friday, April 3rd at noon. All right, next up, I'm going to talk about the new coloring sheet. I'm hoping that you guys are still doing them. If it seems like a lot of you aren't, then I might stop doing this. But for this week, it is for this episode, it is a Pokemon mural. And here it is that, so you can see that. And then the next thing I'm going to talk about is the quarantine challenge question. Just a quick reminder that that is due tomorrow, April 1st at noon. And if you get that question correct, you'll have a chance to have a virtual lunch with me in the next coming days. And then I also want to talk about a brand new challenge question, quarantine challenge question number 2, which is called Agent 99. Says place addition signs between some of the digits below in such a way that the sum equals 99. There are 2 solutions. Find them both. And the numbers look like this. Again, that will be in the bottom of the YouTube link. You can click on that, and it'll also be on Schoology, and it'll also be in your email, the parents' email as well. All right, that does it for episode 5 of our Mr. M's math class. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're staying safe. I hope that you're staying clean and making sure that you're washing your hands at least 20 seconds. And I hope to see you in then episode 6. And here is the answer to Theo's question. And again, Theo, thank you so much for giving us that question. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.